Hello, ladies, MBs and gents. Well, it turns out I was wrong. It turns out these people actually totally are worth debating. So let's have a look at some of that evidence.
I'm glad I'm so right-wing. That way, if I ever see this guy, I will have no moral dilemma about knocking his pushy ass out.
See, this guy seems perfect for a debate. Yeah, it doesn't at all sound like a complete lunkhead. Let's look at the next guy.
Laci, believe me, I have something I'd love to rub in your face.
Yes, this guy he's practically a feminist already. I mean, what else is there to say?
So true. I have said the face of feminism is prostitution and pedophilia.
Yeah, this person seems to have a really nuanced understanding of feminism. They've clearly examined it through a very objective lens and haven't at all just, bought into weird right-wing online conspiracy theories.
The only way to truly progress our society is by eliminating sexual liberation and Marxism. By the way, to all the people in here who are communists, feminism is a Jewish capitalist lie. They want to turn women into non-binary working units and create more consumers. Also, to any Antifa in here, have you ever stopped and thought who you are fighting? People who hold anti-immigration stances, who want mass immigration, other than you bleeding hearts. That's right, capitalists. They want the importation of cheap labor so they can drive down wages. That's not really pro-worker now, is it?
See, that person's contribution is amazing. You know, they don't sound at all like an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist whack job.
Andy's mind is so open that it has long delivered itself of its feculent contents like an anal fistula, the residual discharge being composed of varying parts, bile, bad humors, and impacted nuggets of pure shit.
See, what a keen and sharpened intellect. Who wouldn't want to have a debate with somebody like that?
I know Laci well. She is horrified by how mean leftists have become. She finally realized you people are the real Nazis! And she is trying to slowly move over to the good side. Part of it was when someone on her side beat up my 90-year-old grandpa and pepper sprayed him while calling him Nazi! Remember, Nazis didn't know they were bad, just like you guys don't know.
Laci Green has realized leftists and feminists are in fact the real Nazis! Okay, yeah, that doesn't sound at all made up.
And your insistence on allowing Muslims to immigrate, TO decent countries and rape and murder in them is why we think you're scum. You see, there are two sides to every coin.
Yeah, it's wonderful that Laci Green has been able to make a connection with this blatant xenophobe.
I stick with my first statement. The left have become the biggest bigots. All Trump supporters are Nazis. All anti-feminists are Nazis. I won't talk to these people because they're all Nazis. Blah, blah, blah. You libtard pieces of dog shit are amusement to us. Bigoted white men because we won't let fat, ugly scumbag cunts like Harmony the Sylph and faggot cucks like Captain Andy belittle us. Fuck you. We are taking over and winning this culture war. Wow, this dude is a real dickhead. Between the stupid get-up he's wearing and the predictable shit he said, I'd say this channel sucks balls.
Judgment, no vitriol. I even feel like I have a really good connection with a couple of new friends.
Andy, you're just a sneaky beta male, bolstering this feminist agenda. You can't compete with real men. Sad creep you are. I commend someone like Laci for reaching across the aisle. Nationalism is not necessarily a bad thing.
I even feel like I have a really good connection with a couple of new friends.
Who are xenophobes?
Just calling out SJW third-wave feminazis for what they truly are, the real Nazis. Oh, look, a pirate. Logical fallacy check. 1, straw man. 2, black and white. 3, no true Scotsman. That's a hat trick. Who are me hearties?
See, how could anyone not want that guy in a debate? He'd be amazing. He just listed some logical fallacies. Now, true, he didn't provide any explanation for those logical fallacies, but that is a trivial, pivoting detail. The point is, he was able to list some, and that is what counts.
Anarchists are even dumber. You'd have to be a real dreamer to ever think anarchy could work. I guess that explains why you look like a total fag. Nice sideburns, Levy. By the way, it doesn't make you look edgy. You just look like a total fag.
No judgment, no vitriol.
Nigger, a word black people call each other all the time, and wad is just a word. You are a fucking moron. The moment you write Nazi proves your mother should have swallowed you. Go fucking look up some history books and learn what a Nazi is. You idiots prove the need for more birth control.
Judgment, no vitriol.
Almost nobody watches this. Antifa authoritarian Nazi! Your side is a complete monopoly on academia. Nobody right of Bernie Sanders has a prayer of getting hired. That is just politics, though. It doesn't make their opinions more valid. You just leftists never attack the arguments, and that is why you always lose. Last thing, if you guys actually sat and talked with these people, you would see most agree with your values. They just have a different belief in how to get there. They don't think Muslims who stand against your values should be tolerated, just like you don't think Nazis should be tolerated. You guys are never going to get popular without ever arguing points. Labeling people without hard proof isn't enough. That is why they have millions of subscribers with 300k views and you are struggling to get 1k. Okay, peace out, bye. Another pretentious liberal cuck. Refuse to consider another viewpoint unless it's scholarly cited to some fuckhead university, aka liberal think tank. Smug prick.
Now just imagine how many amazing contributions to a debate that guy could make. I mean, true, he doesn't know the difference between a liberal and an anarchist, even though I explicitly stated in the video I was an anarchist, not a liberal, and I even called the fucking video Laci Green, you fucking liberal, which should have given anyone a clue that I'm not a liberal. Let's not get distracted by that. This guy is amazing. I'm sure he will make amazing contributions to a debate. By the way, if anyone would like to know the difference between anarchism and liberalism, I will be posting a link in the description to an excellent paper written by a professor at Fuckhead University.
So everyone to the right of Che Guevara is literally Hitler. Got it. Thanks for clearing that up.
Now there's a guy who really listens.
In my estimation, there's already a preponderance of evidence that you are a fat communist with nothing to contribute but a laughable collection of tasteless bandanas and the biggest cohort of personality disordered fellow travelers on social media. I've just landed on a communist Antifa. I hate my own race scumbag page. Hilarious. Lol.
Judgment, vitriol.
I'm 35, Australian. We never had these problems when I was going to uni. It's a bloody cult, I tell you. The self-white hate is the thing that really gets me. Lol. If white society is so bad, why does everyone want to move to a white nation? Especially the refugees and the likes. And slavery was bloody bad, but young people had nothing to do with it, so I hate it when they try and bring that. It's truly fucked, especially the feminist thing like, wow, women in Western countries today are the most privileged people to have ever lived on this earth. It's simple facts.
Because we all know refugees are known for being choosy. Seriously, this guy has an amazing overview of that situation. Someone debate him now!
Ratings disabled. Dumb feminist after W vid. He flagellates himself every night to atone for his white privilege. Given how much native white people have had to put up with from shitty immigrants, it's pretty reasonable that we're angry!
Native white people.
People are not oppressed! I'm getting very tired of victim mentality. I know black people who are doing very well. In fact, my cousin is black, and he's fine. A good friend of mine is black, and he's also fine. Neither feel oppressed. And I know a Mexican. He's well off too.
See, this guy clearly knows loads about the racial issues that face society. He knows 2 black people and a Mexican. That must give him an amazing overview of all the racial issues that people face in society. Fuck all this research bullshit and all this social science. No, we just need to ask someone who knows 2 black people and a Mexican.
And people born into poverty. It isn't their fault. However, they are the only ones who can get themselves out of poverty. Welfare should be a safety net, not a way to not have to work without consequence. And don't tell me that those are only a few people. I know that, but if you can have a cell phone, you're not oppressed. I'm not an expert on this subject.
Don't put yourself down.
I'm going into computer science once I graduate next year, but I can't see any actual reason in much of the SJW agenda. This is the last comment I will make on this chain. I don't want to go into a comment flame war. I can see this won't change anything, which I expect it to be the case anyways. I sincerely hope that you will one day leave your echo chamber. White people are a minority on a global scale, and mass immigration from all over the world is making us minorities in our own communities. This coupled with certain types of immigrants, for example, Muslims loving, raping white women and children and other horrific shit, along with the censorship of such crimes by the leftist press and leftist establishment, is causing a buildup of hatred against minorities in white countries. You're right that none of this is your fault. However, it's not white people's fault that other people and cultures have problems, but that doesn't stop the media hating on us. so you can see how the sympathy well is running dry. And go ask the people raped by Muslim immigrants how safe and happy they feel.
Islamophobic whack jobs. Just what any rational debate needs.
While there is a lack of healthy conversion treatments now, that's not to say that cannot be in the future. To say there's no need for one also dismisses the hardships that the trans community faces. Hardships that are often not overcome by transitioning.
So it would appear in her reaching out and making connections, Laci Green seems to have reached out and made a connection with a transphobe. I can't imagine why trans feminists are annoyed about that.
I felt bad for the people that had to put up your cultural Marxist ramblings. The best thing you can do for feminism is shut your mouth, because it's crazies like you that have silenced the general populace to it and turned feminism into a joke.
Judgment, vitriol.
By the way, hard sciences are also infested with leftists.
How much of an absolute hoot that guy would be to debate. You know, not only would you have to have all the fun of trying to convince him social science is real science, you'd also have to convince him that the hard sciences are real sciences as well. That would be great.
I know you are a moron, a captain of ignorance, and a coward too scared to engage in open debate. Laci shows you up for the pussy you are.
Judgment, vitriol.
I'm not much of an Elon fan. I've watched a few of his videos to see what all the furor was about. I never heard him say anything, even loosely approximating that. Could you cite a source for your assertion?
If you're wondering what that guy's talking about, he's asking for evidence for the claim that Paul Elam, of A Voice for Men, once said that women are begging to be raped. And you're right, we don't really have any evidence for that. Except this evidence.
His name was Seth Rich, and don't you forget it.
A ridiculous and outright offensive conspiracy theory. That's definitely the sort of thing we need more of in debates.
Captain Andy, you're a douche who's afraid someone might not like your video because it might break your little snowflake heart. It doesn't matter what you say, you're still a pussy who is afraid of what others think. That's why you're still responding to all these comments. You're afraid someone might get the last word and make you look stupid in front of all your kiss-ass snowflake friends. What a ugly pirate wannabe cuck. Nice necklace, bro. I hope you haven't sucked all of Steve Shive's cum out of his tiny cock. I'm sure he enjoyed it because we all know his troll of a Y-stroke GF has ever touched him other than bitch slapping himself into submission. You are on your way, man. Good for you!
Judgment, vitriol.
Ah, she's ours now.
I even feel like I have a really good connection with a couple of new friends.
Wow, you really are a piece of shit, aren't you, Andy? Calling you a retard is an insult to the retarded.
Judgment, vitriol.
Islam is not a religion of peace in any sense of the word. Fucking hell, man. Do you even have a brain to use?
Islamophobic whack jobs. Just what any rational debate needs.
Enjoy your echo chamber! Honestly, this is the most fucking bullshit video ever! She's listening to opposing opinions and now you dislike her! Fucking retarded!
Facile buzzwords and ableism. It just wouldn't be a debate without those.
Surprise! Ratings disabled! Why? I just can't work it out! Yeah, right, it's a mystery! Surely you don't think that the majority will think this is a pile of shit? Foul! This is in fact a trait of the regressive, eschew, extreme feminist Marxist! The echo chamber! This is the opposite of the free speech, anti-feminist, anti-eschews, who are open to seeing how many people dislike their presentations! Go check Bearing or Sargon! Until you grow a fucking spine, you will live in the shadow of free human beings with integrity and a willingness to learn how much people hate or like your contributions. What are you afraid of? All those thumbs up! Go on, enjoy the fame of all the positive acknowledgements from society! Ha ha, you're a joke!
Argument ad populum, the hallmark of any good debater. Now, in addition to the geniuses we've seen so far, this video I did also featured a comment from none other than Steve Shives. Yes, Steve Shives, the guy who's known for blocking people. Well, Steve, if you're watching, I'm about to show you the kind of intellectual geniuses you are missing out on by blocking people.
Holy shit, it's Steve Shives! Suck a dick, my friend! You used to be cool! I don't know what the fuck happened to you! Seriously, your atheist read theory was great! I loved it! Even watched that whole series of the newspaper thing you did! But Jesus Christ, did you just fall off the goddamn mountain? Sad, but whatever, I guess! Was it your wife that made you go crazy? Because that video of you and your wife was very telling. Very telling indeed. I didn't like you after you went insane. But when that video of you and your wife came out, I felt very sorry for you, man.
See, Steve, that is the kind of intellectual gold you are missing out on. The guy even insulted your wife. I bet no one's ever done that before. How can that not make you want to engage them in rational debate? Yeah, when someone insults a member of my family or someone who's close to me, I can't wait to talk to them. But yes, Steve, one of the questions you asked, what anti-feminists are there who are out there who are worth listening to, who are worth talking to? Which ones are the rational ones, the reasonable ones? This guy has an answer for you.
I can name one. All of them. Just because people don't agree with you doesn't make them racist, sexist bigots. Don't you see the hypocrisy here? You are doing all the things you claim to hate about your opposition. Intolerant, hateful, publicly degrading people. And you're certainly ignorant of the truth.
There you go, Steve. All of them. Literally all of them. There is not a single anti-feminist on the face of the planet who is not worth having a rational debate with. Not one. That guy's really put you in your place there, hasn't he, Steve?
Block this, you fucking cuck-loving cocksucker! You might want to get off your knees and wipe your chin. Fucking moron explained your sub-count. Yet you still write something. If only you were speechless, you fucktard. I don't want fucking crybaby bitch. Nobody gives a fuck what you want. We just enjoy laughing at you, fucking faggot. Get a room already, or just blow each other in private. Steve, you are a piece of shit, a liar, hypocritical ass clown. You don't debate, you block, so shut the fuck up unless you are actually willing to debate, you fucking coward. You lack the integrity of your own bullshit you spew out of your cocked mouth. Shut up, everyone hates you, and this is not your idiotic echo chamber. You are the biggest loser on YouTube, along with Onision, Riley Dennis, and Milo Student, to name a few.
You see, Steve, this is the kind of genius you do not appreciate. You don't appreciate these people, Steve. You just block them. And you miss out on nuggets of incredibly mature rationality like the ones we just heard there. So joke's on you, Steve. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Hi, Steve. I'm not an anti-feminist or anything, but I wanted to let you know that you're basically a child. You're not special. Your opinions are not special. You don't get to choose who has access to what platform. Get used to it. Right on. Steve is a weak bitch. Nobody's looking for the right's approval, Steve. At least not the way you seek approval from women who despise you. You call everyone who disagrees with you in the slightest a rape apologist or white supremacist. You're a Nazi fuck who refuses to listen to a good argument when it presents itself. You've been so thoroughly ridiculed for how stupid you are. I don't even know how anyone finds you relevant. Pathetic. Steve Chives, the guy who blocks anyone with a differing viewpoint to him. Steve, we all know you are scared because Laci has a much bigger audience than you, and you can't stand that her audience might hear her say it's okay to discuss things with others, you wanker.
Judgment, no vitriol.
Steve is a model fascist with fascist views and agendas. He has no argument and knows he would be demolished in a fair debate. Hell, my 14-year-old daughter would crush this cupcake.
Yet more genius. And I'm not at all freaked out that this person has duty of care over a minor. Not in the slightest bit disturbed by that.
You must be as stupid as Steve then, since Nazis were kind of known for being closed-minded people who had no tolerance for opposition. I kind of figured it would be obvious what I meant. What Laci did here took guts, the kind of people like you and Steve would know nothing about. This isn't seeking approval, and stupid videos like this approve of that. She's just done pointing fingers and screaming fuck them all like Steve did here. That's the typical lazy political discourse we've come to expect from Nazi fucks like you. She's actually willing to listen to opposing viewpoints and engage in dialogue with others. Not just so she can defend her views, but so she can fucking learn! People like you sit there with your smug faces like pretentious assholes because the only thing you've learned from all the time you've spent engaging these issues is how to criticize others without giving them the opportunity or goddamn political courtesy to defend themselves. Because he's a Nazi fuck, it's the same as Steve going around blocking everyone. He doesn't want reality to be presented. He wants to hide anything from public view that might challenge him and his ego. That's what these people do. They're more concerned with what feels good than facts. Letting that like and dislike feature run would be too real.
I even feel like I have a really good connection with a couple of new friends.
So that's about all we have time for today, ladies and gents. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope Laci Green enjoys reaching out and connecting with these geniuses who are not in any way irrational or vitriolic. Goodbye.
The moment you write Nazi proves your mother should have swallowed you. Go fucking look up some fucking history books. Your side is a complete monopoly on academia. Nobody writing Bernie Sanders has a prayer of getting hired. This is just politics, though. In my estimation, there's already a preponderance of evidence that you are a fat communist with no... In my estimation, there's already a preponderance of evidence that you are a fat communist with nothing to contribute. I didn't like you after you went insane, but when... I don't want fucking crybaby bitch, nobody...